Hey everyone, Paul here from JoyGazm. As you all know, here at JoyGazm we do a lot of convention coverage and stuff. Go to anime cons and, record all you nerds. Since I've been going to cons for such a long time, I thought I would share some of my knowledge to you first-time con goers. So here are a few tips from me to you to get you through your first convention. Tip number 1, pre-registration. Always pre-register. Get your badges early. They're always cheaper, and cheaper is good, especially because you're probably like 13 and you're poor and you don't have a job. If they have the option for mail-in for your badge, do that. It'll probably cost an extra like $2, but it's definitely worth it to avoid waiting in line. Second, once you've got your badge, make sure you get your hotel. Hotel is very important. It's always best to get the hotel very early, depending on the con. If it's a very big convention and it's very popular, then get your hotel right away, a lot of times months in advance. Be sure to get a hotel that's hosting the convention, because it's not that fun to wake up and have to walk to the con. It's a lot nicer when you wake up and you're at the con. Once you've got your hotel and you've got your badge, you're all set pretty much, kind of. Now you have to pack. Packing is very important, and the way you pack is very important. Double important. Pack all your essentials, obviously. Bathroom essentials, your toiletries, your toothbrush, your soap, because I know like hotels give you like little soap, and for a con if you might use it all. So get all your toiletries, all your clothes, underwear. Please get a change of underwear, like one for every day. If you don't bring underwear, either you're like kinky or an idiot. Hopefully kinky. If it is a very big convention, like Anime Central or Anime Expo or Otakon or Yomicon or anything like that, if it's a very big convention and the attendance is in the five-druple digits, so like 10,000 plus, I would recommend getting a hotel the night before. Some cons are starting to do like 4-day conventions, but the first day on Thursday is always not really anything to do. But even if it's a 3-day convention and it's a big convention, reserve your hotel for 4 days. Get there Thursday so you can be there, and sometimes some cons offer early registration on Thursdays. I know ASEN does. I don't know any other cons that do. I think Anime Expo does as well. So you could actually pick up your badge on Thursday before the con even starts, get in your hotel, have fun, drink, party that first night, then wake up and be at the convention. That's important. Okay, back to packing. If you're a cosplayer, make a list. That's very important. For every single cosplay you're bringing, make sure you have everything. Double check, triple check, always be sure. I mean, the one worst thing for a cosplayer to happen is driving like 7 hours to a convention and getting there, getting excited, and realizing that you forgot your wig. That would be very terrible. And also, since it is a con and accidents happen and things happen, I always bring a cosplay repair kit. Now, what is in a cosplay repair kit? Well, essential things. Hot glue. Hot glue fixes everything, so bring hot glue sticks, scissors, tape, extra thread, extra needles, markers, like extra kind of paint, I just bring a whole bag of just thing. And if you can't fit your sewing machine, bring your sewing machine as well. That would be essential, especially if you need to do some last minute adjustments on your cosplay or anything like that. So cosplay repair kit, sewing machine, bring that. Yeah, that was my computer telling me what time it is. It's kind of loud. So now you got your badge now. You got your hotel, and you got your cosplay. You're packed. You're packed, right? Good. You're packed. You're ready for your first con. Or are you? Bring food. Don't forget that. And if you can get a cooler, bring a cooler. Hotel food is very expensive. Speaking of food though, eat. It's very easy to get lost and overwhelmed by a con for your first time. And you're gonna just wanna go do everything and just see everything, and you'll forget to eat. Eat, please eat, because you'll die if you don't eat. So you got your food, you got all that stuff, and yay! You got to your con, and you're driving there, and you're with your friends, and you're like, yay, I'm at the convention. And then, oh my god, now you have to pay for parking. Yes, parking, you always have to pay for parking, like everywhere you go. So bring a lot of money to convention. I recommend for like 3 days, minus the hotel and everything, like $200 for the weekend. I guess that'll cover your food and your spending and stuff. I used to bring like up to like $500. I used to also buy a lot of stuff. Now I hardly buy anything at the dealer's hall because I don't know, I don't really need much use for it, or I don't really buy much swag anymore. But if you are gonna buy swag, bring money. Money, 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 money. You need money. You need money to survive. Since you do need food, remember you also need sleep. A lot of people like to stay up as long as they can on that weekend. I'm one of those people. I like staying up really late every night and waking up very early every morning. So I get the most out of my con, but I don't recommend that. Sleep, please sleep. If you don't sleep, you'll die. And energy drinks are not a supplement to sleeping. And don't consume too many energy drinks. I know you want to stay up until 5 in the morning dancing at the Rave, but no, don't do that. Or do that. I mean, I did, and I probably still do that, but it's not a good idea. I'm still kind of stupid, but my advice is golden, trust me. Since you're at the con, and if it's big, and even if it's small, there's always a lot of people. People are running around everywhere, going places. It's a good idea to stick with a friend. And if you don't have any friends, well, I guess you're at a con, so it's best to make some friends. Yeah, the worst thing to happen is to get lost at your first convention, not know anything, or anyway. But I assume you're smart, and I assume you know how to get back to your hotel room, or if you have a hotel room, or if you got dropped off. But just sticking with friends is always good. You'll have more fun when you're with friends, and you'll be safer, and yeah, they'll be able to, help you. You'll be able to help them. It's just always better to stick with someone when you're at the con. Being alone is cool too, but it's a little more difficult at times. But you can make new friends. Like I personally like to go out sometimes by myself, and wander and talk to people and make new friends. But I can do that because I'm 28. And I'm a responsible adult, but you're probably 13 and you're not. So stick with a friend. Okay, this advice now is for you girls out there. Cons are kind of an excuse for most people to dress very skimpy. Well, I guess this warning could go towards guys as well. When you're wearing a skirt, girl or guy, be wary of where you stand, because there are glass staircases and there are ledges, and people can see up. A lot of, what are those things? Elevators, yeah, are glass, and for some reason that's what they like to do at hotels, is make glass elevators. Watch where you're standing, because everyone can see your butt. I mean, unless you like that kind of thing, unless you want people to, but if you're a minor, you probably don't want people like me looking at your butt, because I will get in trouble, and you will will feel violated. Another tip for you cosplayers out there, especially if it's your first time at a convention, you'll be walking around and then, you'll be stopped by someone with a camera. And they'll be like, hey, oh my god, can I take your picture? You look so cute. If you don't want them to take your picture, or if you're in a rush, you could say no, you could be polite. I mean, you don't have to let people take your pictures if you don't want them to. But if you are gonna let them take your picture, best to move out of the way, out of crowds or hallways in particular, especially, I mean, most picture taking takes place when you're walking, because somebody will stop you and then they'll want your picture. And usually you're walking in crowded hallways, and it's best to kind of walk somewhere else and not just stop in a hallway and let them take your picture, because it just stops traffic and it makes people annoyed. I mean, be smart about it and find a better place. For the dealer's hall, if you have money to spend, don't spend it all on your first day. Usually on Sunday, on the last day, is where you'll find the better deals. A lot of vendors want to get rid of their stuff. If you really want something and you're not sure, unless it's something that like is the last one, maybe buy it. But if there are multiples of it, maybe I'd wait till Sunday to see if it goes down in price. Shop around, because a lot of vendors in the dealer's hall will have the same items, but at different prices. I never buy anything on my first walkthrough around in the vendor hall. I always just look and make like mental notes of what I want, and if I see it here, if I see it there, and stuff like that. It's a little harder at bigger cons when there's just so much stuff and there's so many vendors, and it just takes you the whole day to just like look at everything. Like Anime Expo, that's how that was. It just took me all day to like get through half of the vendors hall. That's how big it is. It's ridiculous. But yeah, don't buy everything all at once. Shop around. Wait for deals on Sunday. They don't do this that much anymore, but I remember back when I first started going to conventions in like 2002 and stuff, you were able to haggle. You were able to bargain with things. So a lot of times, if you're a smooth talker like me, look how smooth I am, you could, yeah, not that smooth anymore now, I can't even think. You should always try to haggle. Always try. That's why I say, I mean, if you can get something for $1 cheaper, you saved $1. That $1 you could go and buy like a bottle of water when you're dehydrated. Speaking of dehydration, stay hydrated, because God, you will die without water. Energy drinks are not a substitute for water. So yeah, a lot of people like to live off energy drinks. I know I did in cons, and since I've gotten older, I stopped doing it as much. Just don't drink too many energy drinks. I'd say maybe one or two a day. Be wary of the rave, especially if you are 18 and over, because you will be there and you'll be like, yeah, getting my groove on, dancing, look at that girl, gonna dance upon her, and you're like grinding on her or just dancing with her, and then she turns around and she's a baby. You don't want to dance with a baby. So a lot of girls are, and a lot of guys, I mean, don't look their ages anymore. It's really bizarre and it's really creepy. But you don't want to get yourself in trouble, so be careful who you dance with at the rave, I guess, because they are usually all ages. You just don't want that situation to come up. I mean, I guess unless you're a pedophile, then that's the perfect situation for you, but most likely you're not. At least I hope you're not. But then it's an anime convention, so you probably are. Also, if you're going to the rave as well, shower and, you know, deodorant. Please wear some. If everybody did that, if everybody just showered and put on deodorant and just maybe like a little perfume or cologne, then when the rave gets all crazy, it won't smell so bad, because raves usually smell awful. They smell horrible. Usually I can get past that smell if I'm intoxicated. And a lot of people at raves are intoxicated, and a lot of people at raves are doing other things they're not supposed to. So be careful at the rave. That's all I could say. I guess the last thing is don't be an ass. Most people at conventions will accept you with open arms, and most people at conventions are very friendly and fun to be around, and you can make a lot of great friends. But you won't make any friends if you're an ass. So don't do douchey things that douches would do. Be nice to people. Say excuse me if you're trying to get through someone, if you're packed in and you're trying to look at that little animated thingy down on a DVD. Just, excuse me, I want to look at my DVD. Say excuse me. You know, excuse me, thank you, you know, just basic manners. If you have that, and if you show that to other people will show it to you. So just, I guess, have a good time and be safe. Don't expect too much, and don't freak out too much. There's a lot to do at conventions, so if you don't get to it all, don't be too upset, because there's always next year for everything. So just do as much as you can. Eat, stay hydrated, have fun. You first-time con goer out there, I hope you have fun. The convention culture is a very interesting culture, and it's growing and it's getting bigger. I might do a video on the culture itself too, because it's quite interesting. But I guess that's all for now. So until next time, Miku will always be with me, and she will always be beautiful, and she will always be fat, and she will always be a cat. And look, I discovered something. Well, this was a while ago, but I guess I'll show you guys. If you do this, bam! She's a boy now. If you found any of these tips helpful, like this video, subscribe to my channel, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and JoyGazm.com. And until next time, goodbye.